The story begins with Tanjiro Kamado, a kind-hearted boy living peacefully with his family in the snowy mountains. Though life was hard, their love for each other kept them strong. As Tanjiro carries his charcoal through the village, he comes across a scene where villagers are angrily punishing a man for breaking a pot. Seeing this, Tanjiro's kind nature drives him to help the man out. Tanjiro returned home after selling his charcoal, but something felt wrong. The air was heavy with silence, broken only by the faint scent of smoke. As he stepped inside, his worst fears came true. His family lay lifeless, victims of a merciless demon attack. Panic and grief tore through him, but in the wreckage, a faint movement caught his eye. Nezuko, his sister, barely alive, her fragile body trembling, was all that remained. Tanjiro tried everything to save her, but Nezuko was no longer human. Her eyes glowed with a feral hunger, and she attacked her own brother. Despite the danger, Tanjiro fought with every ounce of his strength, refusing to give up on her. Then a swordsman appeared, Ju Tomioka of the Demon Slayer Corps. He aimed to kill Nezuko, convinced she was lost to the demon inside her. Ju strikes Nezuko with his sword. Tanjiro charged at Ju with all his strength, swinging his axe wildly. Ju dodged every move with calm precision. Tanjiro tried a surprise attack using his hatchet throw, but Ju caught it midair. But Nezuko resisted her bloodlust, stepping in to protect Tanjiro with all her strength. Ju, struck by the fierce bond between brother and sister, hesitated. In that moment, he made a choice that would change everything. He spared her life. After carefully crafting a basket to keep Nezuko safe from the sun, Tanjiro carried her on his back and set off on an uncertain journey. Though his heart was heavy with grief, his determination burned even brighter. He swore that no matter the trials ahead, he would find a cure and bring back the sister he loved so dearly. Through the snowy woods, Tanjiro sensed danger. A demon lunged from the shadows, its claws tearing through the air. The demon snarled, eyes blazing with hunger, then lunged straight at Tanjiro. Tanjiro raised his axe, striking back with desperate strength, but the creature's body healed instantly. Again and again, he was thrown to the ground, yet he stood, refusing to let it near Nezuko. Then, Nezuko joined the fight. Her fierce kick sent the demon crashing into the trees, proving she still stood with her brother. Together, they struggled to hold their ground. Until a masked swordsman stepped forward, his presence cutting through the chaos. Then he vanished into the fog. Tanjiro began to climb. The mountain was alive with hidden traps, ropes that snapped under his feet, logs that swung from the shadows, blades that cut through the air. Each step demanded speed, awareness, and unshakable focus. As darkness fell, the path grew crueler. He gritted his teeth and pressed on, relying on his senses and will alone. Finally, as the first light of dawn broke through the clouds, Tanjiro stumbled out of the forest, bruised, bleeding, but alive. From afar, he agreed to train Tanjiro, but the training was merciless day after day. Tanjiro endured endless trials, running down mountains, dodging traps, and learning to wield the sword. His spirit never wavered. During his training, Urokadaki showed no mercy. Day after day, he struck Tanjiro down, testing his strength, his speed, his will. Bruised and exhausted, Tanjiro refused to quit, rising each time, determined to grow stronger. Tanjiro now began learning he struggled to connect with the rhythm of water, feeling its flow within him. Day and night, He trained relentlessly, climbing the mountain, enduring the cold, mastering every movement. His training had only just begun. At last came his greatest challenge, to cut through a massive boulder. Tanjiro swung his blade again and again, but it would not break. Then two figures appeared before him, Sabito and Makomo. Under their watchful eyes, Tanjiro's real training began. Every swing, every breath, every movement was tested. Sabito's strikes came fast and merciless, forcing Tanjiro to push beyond his limits. Each defeat only fueled his resolve. Each lesson carved deeper into his spirit. Makomo guided his breathing, teaching him the flow of water, calm yet unyielding. Days turned into months, sweat into scars, until the boy who once stumbled now moved with precision and purpose. Finally, beneath the silent mountain wind, Tanjiro faced the massive boulder. The boulder split in two. With his training complete, Tanjiro entered the final selection. In the dark forest of the final selection, Tanjiro faced two demons. They charged at him with claws and teeth, but Tanjiro stood his ground. The demons attacked together, pushing him back step by step. He struggled at first, their strength overwhelming in the night. But Tanjiro's resolve hardened. He remembered why he was there. With swift movements, he dodged their strikes and countered. His blade found its mark, cutting through their defense. One demon fell, and then the other soon followed. Breathing heavily, Tanjiro stood victorious. Exhausted, yet determined to keep moving forward. Tanjiro stood face to face with the monstrous hand demon. Its body twisted, filled with hatred for Urokadaki's disciples. The demon roared and charged, its massive hands crashing down. Tanjiro leapt aside, his breath steady, his blade firm in hand. He dashed forward, swift as water breathing. First form, he slashed through the air, but the demon blocked with crushing force. Tanjiro was knocked back, yet he refused to yield. He remembered his family, Nezuko, his master's teachings. The hand demon's claws tore the earth apart. Water breathing, 10th form. The whirl of his blade sliced clean through the monster. The demon screamed, its rage collapsing into despair. And in that final moment, it saw the faces of the children it had devoured. Tanjiro, breathing heavily, stood victorious. The hand demon's body crumbled into nothingness. And at last, its suffering ended. When the final selection ended, Tanjiro stood among the few survivors. Not long after, Nezuko finally awoke from her deep slumber, reuniting with her brother. He was given his Nichiren sword, its blade turning an uncommon jet black. Side by side, Nezuko and Tanjiro looked toward the path ahead. Their battles, their trials, their hopes were only just beginning.